We'll talk Anthony Davis. We'll talk the Lakers starting backcourt. But, guys, you got to start with Damian Lillard. He's been doing it the entire restart. He's been the MVP of the bubble. And he stepped up again. 9 points in the fourth quarter, 3 threes. He ends up with 34 points, 5 assists, 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that was coming. And the Lakers had to know that that was coming. So I thought that he was hot at the beginning. I thought in the third quarter they kind of slowed him down a little bit. And they took the lead. He wasn't really scorching them. But McCollum, he started to warm up a little bit. But, yeah, Damian Lillard, man, you know, you cannot have a lethargic game and give a team like the Trailblazers hope and then let it be close in the last 3 minutes, because that's when a guy like Damian will not let his team lose. We have LeBron James, we have AD, but this guy is an assassin pulling up from anywhere on the court, Geeter. And I just thought that, you know, the Lakers, you know, I think LeBron missed 2 free throws in a row down the stretch. AD missed 2 free throws in a row. The game was tied. That could have given them a little bit of momentum, but you could not give Damian Lillard an opportunity to win a game, because he's proven that, you know, he's going to close out.
Yeah, the Lakers did a great job guarding him in the third quarter. That's when they talk about this duo, this backcourt duo, and McCullough took over in that third quarter and kept him in the game. And then when it came Dame time, the last 10 minutes of the game, you see where he was pulling up from and knocking down threes, you know, unconscious. And that's what you got to understand about guys like that. You know they're killers at the end of the game. They want the rock. So that's the time where the Lakers' antennas should go up. And if he comes off a pick, you blitz it. I don't care if he's shooting from half court. You have to blitz it. But, you know, you can't take anything away from what Portland did. They played great. The Lakers played great. It was a great defensive game.
Hey, we talked about coming out and punching first. And Portland did that. They built a 16-point lead in the first quarter. It was the Lakers that had to fight back. And, guys, when you lose a game in a playoff series, you have to break everything down, player by player, moment by moment. But bottom line, James, I'm looking at 5 of 32 from 3 in a playoff game, 16%. It's going to be real tough to win in this league. And, James, they were the worst three-point shooting team in the bubble, percentage-wise, during those 8 games, and it carried over.
And they had good looks tonight. It wasn't like they were getting poor looks, you know, contested shots. They just did not fall. I mean, 5 for 32. I mean, that's a poor shooting night, but they got to keep shooting. They have to keep putting them up no matter what. Kuz came in, hit some, you know, hit a one. But I got to tell you, it's going to be hard to win games, you know, the way they are used to winning games, which is sometimes a little easier if they can't knock down that 3-ball.
Starting backcourt's going to hear about it, Rob. They should stay away from social media. I mean, we all understand this. This is part of the NBA. You heard it through your career. You all do, especially when you lose a playoff game. But just 4 of 21, 2 for 13 from the starting backcourt. In the three-point, 5 of 32.
It's going to be a finger pointing at them.
Yeah.
But you got to understand it. It's not like this duo doesn't do that to anybody else in the NBA. They just got caught on the big stages of the playoffs. And I think what you have to understand as a player, these guys are going to have these nights, but it's going to be up to you to go on the other end and do something other than just, okay, if you just made a 3, it's not tit for tat. Drive to the basket, because those guys don't want to use that energy up on the defensive end. And I look at that 3-point percentage, and in my mind as a coach, I'm like, yo, do something other than shooting threes. But I know that's what they do in this day and age. They want to shoot threes regardless of, you know, what's happening, but the percentages. But sometimes when you play a team like this, you go to the hole, draw the big, because they got shot blockers.
Yeah.
Drop it off to the other big. So it was telling tonight.
So much to talk about. I want to talk about AD and where he was offensively and what you think he needs to do. We'll talk LeBron and all that, but let's get you to the highlights first so you guys can see him if you're just joining us. Lakers taking on the 8th-seeded Blazers for Game 1 of the postseason. This is the 12th time these teams have met in the playoffs. First quarter, Carmelo Anthony loves that fadeaway. He's gotten a lot of buckets over his career. Portland out to a 7-2 lead quickly. Anthony Davis going to get on the board. Fadeaway of his own. Lakers trail 7-5 after the made free throw. AD 7 for 7 in the first quarter from the line. Nurkic finds Dame. 11-7 Blazers. Next Portland possession. Anthony. Full court pass. Wenyen Gabriel with the slam, starting in place of the injured Zach Collins. Lakers in need of a timeout. Here comes LeBron James. Muscles his way for the layup plus the foul. His first basket of the night.
Yeah, that time he wanted to go with a lot of strength there. was not going to be tonight, was expecting the contact, and he got it from Whiteside. Nice finish by LeBron.
Kuz in the game now. Lakers trail 23-13. His first playoff bucket. Lakers trying to climb back in it. But as he's done his entire career, and especially in the bubble, Lillard answers. Step back three, hand in his face, 10 points already, 26-15. Here he is again. Rob, you got Caruso chasing him. He slips, comes off that curl, bang.
That's a great play, you know, moving without the basketball. You don't always have to handle it as a point guard. You can come off it and shoot some J's.
Nurkic having himself a game, especially in the first half. Guy had a double-double in the first quarter with 10 of 10, but igniting the squad, Rob, is AC fresh, down the lane, hammer.
Yeah, that's the thing about AC. He's aggressive going to the basket. LeBron with a great pick. He comes off that curl and attacks with that right hand for the right hand slam dunk.
Under 5 seconds in the quarter. LeBron down the lane. He lays it in. 36-25 after one. Lakers defense needs to pick it up. Second quarter, they do. LBJ off a rebound, spinning, scoring. Lakers back within single digits.
I thought the Caruso dunk was the game changer, got everybody enthused and excited, and the momentum started to switch to the Lakers, and LeBron James with his patented spin move to the bucket off the glass. Nice move.
Lakers 0 for 8 from 3. Danny Green was 0 for 4 in the first quarter from the corner 3, but this time he gets it and he lights it. Needed that. 1 for 9 Lakers from 3. CJ misses. LeBron playing quarterback. Dwight Howard. Lakers right back in it. 40-38.
A lot of energy from Dwight. Great baseball pass by LeBron. Catch and dunk. Dwight had a lot of energy tonight, playing a lot of aggression. And on that dunk, he messed up the basket.
You don't see that very often. Little delay. Fixing the basket. Kuz. Catch. Shoot. 46-43. Lillard not going away. He's wide open. 2 Lakers on the ground. Looking for charges. He's got 20 so far. Lakers dynamic duo. It's LeBron. Slips the bounce pass to AD. 49-46.
Need to see more of that on the pick and roll. AD going to the cup as opposed to popping out for the 3. Another good fast break, secondary, LeBron to AD for the dunk.
Not enough of this, right, James? Not enough of those transition, easy baskets we're used to seeing all year long.
You can get the primary, but that was a nice secondary. Kept moving without the basketball. And there's another one.
Nice
dive into the paint. Every time AD dives into that paint, something good happens.
Blazers, though, not going away. Carmelo in the corner. 57-56 Blazers at the end of one. C.J. McCollum quiet, but then got it going a little bit in the third. Part of that great backcourt, Rob.
Yes, that third quarter was huge for him. He kept him in the game.
Kept him in.
You know, his mid-range game is nice. We don't talk about that enough in guys like him, but he was knocking down from mid-range.
I thought JaVale's energy, guys, was what they need from him.
From the beginning, he was ready.
Forward.
It just goes to show you, he's had experience up in Golden State and playing in these games, which came ready to play. Nice block shot. AD on the break for the dunk.
James, you have those moments that you see right there, and you think the Lakers are going to take over the game. They just never do.
Yeah, it's got to be more than a 2-minute spurt. It's got to be like a 7-minute spurt and a good finish. I thought when they were up 6, they had a chance to put them away, but this right here kept them in the game.
Exactly. Here's why, James. Those 2 guys stepped up huge.
Tough duo.
And then, Rob, it's 72-65. Lakers are down in the third. LeBron with the spin and score.
Spin move. You know, LeBron's one of the best spinners in the game. I'll still be dizzy after all those spins.
Gary Trent Jr. is going to blow by the Lakers. Reverse layup. He's going to hit a big shot later. It's 76-69.
He was cold during the game, but he's been hot in the bubble, and he showed it in the latter part of the game as AD gets another secondary trail dunk.
More of that. 76-71. James, I know you liked Markieff Morris for his toughness. And right here, he's getting a bucket and an and one.
I wouldn't mind seeing him play a little bit more. He's proven veteran, knows how to play with anybody, and gets the job done. That was good execution right there. Good ball movement, couple of passes. LeBron backdoor for a nice layup.
Rob, you know what's flying under the radar? Lakers just 20 of 31 from the free throw line.
Oh yeah, you know we talked about it before we started the show. The full free throws in a row they missed. And you see Kuz right there from a big three from the corner, tied up 78.
That was LeBron's 15th assist of the game, most he's ever had in a playoff game.